Though we didn't really tell anyone that we were going to do it tonight, so I don't know if anyone's going to show up. Hi everyone, it's Lesley. Getting rid of something. It's a horrible noise, sorry. Lesley here for my live craft stream, and we've only created the event about 3 minutes ago because we thought that we weren't going to have a live stream tonight, and then we thought, hey, let's just try to do it. And as always, I tend to operate better under a deadline. So I am delighted that I have made it here in some shape or form. So in case you guys are wondering, I've swapped around, changed around my whole craft room. After Christmas, I felt like I needed to do a big purge, I guess, and I came into the craft room, and it got to a certain point where I felt completely immobilized by it. But luckily Craig was here and he was like, just keep going, and so we have. But I think I should probably warn you guys that we've moved around the room, and because of that the lighting will be different. Because of that the camera is on a different setup, and also we've had to like stop and start a little bit. So we're trying our best here. Craig isn't convinced that this is going to go completely smooth. But we'll see. We do have camera 2 set up, as you can see with the close-up image. But like I say, I don't really know how this is going to work out because I've completely moved around my craft desk. What are you looking for, Craig?
It's just a shadow.
Oh, there's a shadow coming over it. Oh, well, yeah. I think that's just kind of happened. We can figure it out. Figure it out for next week.
Hashtag deal with it.
Hashtag deal with it. Yeah, exactly. Hello, Suze. How are you? Suze is one of the people that I messaged. I was like, hey, wooden stamps. I'm getting rid of them. Pulled a few aside. The rest I've all put onto eBay. And Rebecca's here. Hey! Hey, Reb. Rebecca, did I tell you that I actually know another Rebecca Knight? And whenever Piper was very little and watching, what do you call it? Peppa Pig, there is a rabbit called Rebecca Rabbit. Do you remember this, Craig? And we were going to Rebecca Knight's house, and she couldn't say the word Rebecca without saying Rebecca Rabbit, so she would call it, are we going to Rebecca Rabbit Knight's house? And whose birthday is it? Is it Rebecca Rabbit Knight's birthday? And things like that. It was really funny. So let's get starting. First and foremost, how's the sound? Sue says it's a good week to try the new setup. Yeah, I think so. Get it all perfect for the new year, right? Sure. Hello, Maria. I've got some crafty, stashy things to show you guys before I get started. So I'll do that, and you can give me the thumbs up if the audio and everything is okay.
The clicking is the big thing I want to.
The clicking. Okay, so if you've been here a little while, you may remember that we had this audio clicking. Did it sound like a Cylon or something?
It just kind of goes, just starts getting more and more.
Starts clicking.
Yeah, faster and faster and more distorted.
Faster and faster. Okay, so Marie says audio is great. So that's good. So if the clicking happens, we need to hail Craig. And Crafty Not Shifty says, just a note, I think we all need a Craig. The more I hear about his help and support, the more I love him. Rockstar crafty partner. Fist pump.
Third business plan.
Boo! Yeah. Third
Set
business
up
plan.
craft rooms for you.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let me show you what I got. Woo, 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 woo. Okay, These are just here for color balancing. Put them over there. So let me tell you what amazing crafty things I got for Christmas. And I want to know what you guys all got as well. So where do I start? Okay, remember last week? Well, Santa remembers it because I got some mini ink blending foam applicators. Whoop whoop. Yes, I was looking for some more of these and I had some issues with some of them, so I'm excited to try these guys out. The other thing that I got was Copic, I don't know, Copic colorless blender refill. So I have never ever refilled any of my Copics. I have rebought a zero, as in bought a replacement zero, and whenever I used the new one, I realized that it was like, oh my gosh, my old one is so dry compared to this Juicy Lucy. So I think I'm going to pretty much jump on the re-inking bandwagon. Well, we'll see. And I definitely know that there's a couple of browns and greys and things that will need to be re-inked, but I wanted to give this one a go. And also with the colourless blender, I'm fairly certain you can use different techniques with like alcohol ink and stuff. So that's exciting. So yeah, that was another thing that I got. While I'm talking about Copic, Copic opaque white ink. So first of all, it's like creamy, which is exciting. And I've been wanting to try this, not just for like brush lettering, but also for like splattering and things. So I'm excited about that too. I'm excited about all the things. So that's my Copic white. And I got a water brush. So this one is from Caran d'Ache. And it's got like a little squeezy rubbery bit in the middle. Can you see? There's quite a lot of stuff happening. You can't really see. There's like a push section here. Two little wobblies. Boop boop. And well, the brush goes to a really fine point. So yeah. And of course I could use it with that. So that's exciting as well. And I got my magnetic platform, and I have not yet played with them. So let's crack it out. Ooh. Ah, okay. So the one that came with my machine is obviously an extended one. Is it an extended one? Is that what it's called? Yeah, it's like the length of the machine. So for some reason I thought the magnetic one was the same size, so obviously it's a bit shorter. I don't know what it's going to be like. Let's see. Word on the street is that it works really well with the larger dies, but smaller ones is not. Oh, wow. Okay. Strong. Okay. I like it. So this would be here. I guess if your plates become a bit warped, it's probably not got the same pull to it. Let's pull out one of my schmancy ones. Could work. We'll see. Donna says, good evening everyone. I can't believe another year has gone by already. Woo. Oh, Rebecca says that she went to high school with another one. Ah, there you go then. Although the Rebecca Knight that we know is Rebekah. Is that how you spell it? It's Rebecca with a K. So magnetic platform, let's see how that performs tonight. And creative corners. If any of you guys, make sure to keep rotating the plate to keep it from warping or it doesn't stick as well. Oh. Keep away from all my electronics. Thanks, honey. Love you. Okay, what have we got here? We've got some corneroonies. I like it. And we have, I don't know how I'm going to store these. Like, I don't really want to store them in this beautifully designed plastic. Like, I don't really want to do that. I want to have them at hand. But at the same time, I don't want to be pulling them in and out of my, oh dear, sorry, pulling them in and out of my Misty all the time. So I guess I will have to play around with that. I like this one because you can run it along the side and get perfectly straight. I'm liking that a lot. Yay! So other things to share. You may have seen this. This was a card that I made a little while ago with a Heffy Doodle stamp set. And it's kind of hard to see, but in here, in the naughty or nice-ometer, you can spin this and it either shows red for naughty, green for nice, and orange or yellow for jury's out. So I made that one. I just brought these in because I don't want them to get packed up. I'm going to be taking them to Creativation. And this was a lovely card that I got from one of the design team members, from Jessica. And I'm loving this paper. I think it's pattern paper at the back, but I think it looks so pretty and so cute, and I love them. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. I also got this. Cute, huh? This is from Tally. I love her colouring. And she's got teal on it, which I love. And it's got Merry Christmas in the background. And my little crockies on it as well. I think it's cool. And I wanted to show you this one, guys, because if you noticed a little while ago, well, only like an hour ago maybe, we had a new blog post over at heffydoodle.com, and we are so thrilled to have a new retail partner that went live. Woo! And it's Ellen Hudson, which is like, what? I'm so excited. If you guys listened to the podcast that I did with the So Susie podcast with Suzanne Moore, on there she asked me, you know, what would be my next step, who would I like, which retailer would I like to be in? And I said, I'd really like to be in Ellen Hudson. And then before that went live, so it was after it was recorded, but before it was published, I got an email from the team there, and I was like, oh, I'm so excited. So they're our new retail partner. So if you're on that side of the pond, then you can purchase Heffy Doodle from them. And to celebrate, a couple of the team made some cards to go on the Ellen Hudson blog today. And this was my card that I made. So there we go. And two more things, and then I'm going to get started. Hi, oh, shout out to some people. Sue says, love the corners for the Misty, can't wait to see techniques to do. Oh yeah, I can't wait to play. Don't really know what techniques I'm going to do yet because I've not had a chance to play. And Lamar says, hi, hello. Love the podcast, by the way, and so can't wait for Felix. Oh, I can't wait. Are you going? That's amazing. You must come and give me a big hug. Look at this, you guys. Oh, it was so fun. So a couple of weeks ago, Ian Garland, the Off-Kilter Crafter, he jumped on to the Come Craft With Me live stream. And he was saying that he was not in a Christmas mood, that he's the biggest Grinch that there is. And Yeah, he was not feeling the Christmas spirit. And then I get this amazing dinosaur holiday photo, which has gone up in my craft room, by the way, because I think it's absolutely hilarious. I think it's so funny. I wonder if it like moves. Do you think it moves? How on earth did he get up there? He's so funny. I can't wait. I hope he pops on tonight so that I can ask him about it. And then I got another card this week, which is so beautiful. Really, really gorgeous. This inlaid with the glitter paper. And it was from Jessica Frost Ballas. And I thought it was funny because her blog is called All the Sparkle, and of course this has lots and lots of sparkle on it, which is just pretty. So there we go, you guys. I'm going to take a sip of my tea. Ah, lovely, lovely. I'll move some of these things out of the way. Guys, if you could have seen my craft room the other day, well, like yesterday, I pretty much just wanted to lie on the ground and cry. Oh, Maria has just given me a wink, wink, wink. And that I know exactly what that was for. And Maria, because she is cheeky and spoils me, Maria sent us, Craig, Piper and myself, some presents. And it was absolutely fantastic. Do you know, I wanted to bring it in, but they're in the dishwasher. So as Maria has alluded to, unless Craig's going to wash them, the present was to do with tea. Aha! Right on cue. Were you washing them? Just pulled out a dead bug out of one of my drawers. Beautiful. Let's get that on the ground. Don't need you, Mr. Bug. Rest in peace. Ugh. Bear with me a second while I do a little bit of etymological burying. Okay, fine. Right, okay. Are you ready? So, we got 3 cups. Oops, this one's a bit wet. And wait for this. And that's pretty much the sound I made whenever Craig opened his first, actually. And I saw the cup and I was like, oh, it's funny because Craig loves his coffee and I love my tea. And then as he turned it round, both Piper and I were like, I want to open mine now, I want to open mine. How amazing are they? I am so thrilled. I think they're absolutely amazing. Maria, I love you for that. And for everything else, because you're the best. So I'm just so thrilled. I love my tea. Never too many cups either. She's a cheeky one. I'm going to be doing some watercoloring tonight, I reckon. Because I want to use my opaque white. So I'm going to start off with that. And I have the funny feeling that I'm going to be walking around my craft room and realizing that I cannot find anything that, you know, whenever you move things, you tidy up. And then you're like, oh, I have no idea where I put that thing. Pretty sure that's how life is going to happen today. I'm going to tape this down to a board because with watercolor it tends to buckle a bit. So let's get some tape on the go. Although this one looks like it's on its last legs. I might just have enough. The mugs are just the best. And it's just the kind of thing that was simply like the perfect choice for the whole team. And Piper was like, I want hot chocolate in mine. So that had to happen. Right. So tell me, what did you guys get for Christmas? Did you get anything exciting? Any crafty presents? Oh, Lizzie's here. Hey, honey. How are you? I was just telling the gang how I've shuffled around my craft room and probably won't be able to find pretty much anything. But that's just life. Try and remember to look at my doodah, my camera, so I can figure out what's going on. Where is my big brush? Huh. Oh, it started already. Maybe it's in here. Oh, Lizzie says, I'm looking at flights and hotels. Ooh, Phoenix or Frankfurt is the question, or somewhere else. Maybe someone else, eh? My son surprised me with an Apple Watch. Wow. Spoiled rotten. Wrapped in 2 empty Pepperidge Farm goldfish bag. I don't know what a Pepperidge Farm goldfish bag is, but I do enjoy a disguised present. Yeah. Pauline says that she hopes that everyone is warmer than her. It's chilly, isn't it? Don't know where you are, but certainly here in the UK it's -degrees at the moment, which is exciting, I think. It arrived like a few days too late, didn't it? Oh, goldfish crackers. My favourite snack, amazing. The best present our family received, says Stacey, is our son started at a private school. Oh, amazing, for his needs. He's autistic, right? I think I remember speaking to you before about your son. Oh, that's brilliant. I know that it's definitely a huge, it's going to make a big difference to have people, and people that are not trying to like push him into the boundaries or, you know, into the pigeonhole of what the curriculum wants him to be doing, the same as like mainstream. So that's really exciting. Yay. All clear till Feb for traveling. Yeah, woohoo! I am really excited to hear that, girl. That brings my heart lots of joy. Okay. So I'm going to do a little bit of a like a galaxy background, and if you've not done one of these before, the rule pretty much is it looks like a hot mess up until the point where you're finished. So don't get alarmed. We're just gonna keep going here for a little bit. I wet the paper to start with, which allows a lot more blooming and softer kind of blend. Those watercolors bring my heart joy. Ah, I'm using my Kuretake Zig, my Zigaligs, which I thoroughly enjoy, which is good. Gonna get some light blue in here as well. And I will be adding a little bit of purple at some point. It makes a really nice, like, pitter patter noise. Listen. You hear it? I just stuck my face in the camera. Sorry about that. New camera setup. We may get a little bit of that, but we'll learn as we go along. Normally my camera is mounted to the ceiling, and today it is very precariously like stuck out on a pole, stuck out from this wire mesh thing that's hanging on my wall. So yeah, we'll see. See how that goes. Jody says the best Prezi is my Tim Holtz stamping platform. Oh, brilliant. Yes, I've seen those. Although I have the Misty. I have the original Misty and I have the mini Misty. And I've got two things from Create and Craft as well. The Load and Fold, they're called. But so far, I have tried the Tim Holtz one, but not much, only like at a show, had like a demo shot of it. And I know that you can take off the top and turn it around. Yippers, says Stacey. The staff are amazing. Each child has an IEP. I don't know what IEP is. You'll need to educate me there. Individualized education plan. Oh, that's what it means. That's amazing. Individualized education plan. Out of the box school. They listen to music in gym before school. One day they were rocking out to Metal. That's amazing. Oh yes, my Defy Gravity. Funny thing about about Wicked, I'm kind of waiting for this to dry, by the way, is I love listening to music whenever I'm working. So when I'm working, or crafting normally, if I'm not talking to you guys, when I'm working, then I find music in the background really relaxes me. So even if there's something really stressful, the music can calm me down. And you know, whenever you say something out loud and you think this is actually really absurd, but show tunes are totally my jam. So even if it's a really dramatic piece of music, I am there. Like, it's just the best, in my opinion. So I actually listened to the soundtrack of Wicked, and I had no idea what the story was, but I got so obsessed with it, so I memorized all the lyrics. And obviously at some point you're like, okay, I can piece some stuff together here because of words in the songs and stuff like that. And then 2 years ago, I think it was 2 years ago, it came up on Craig's phone the other day actually. 2 years ago, Craig, in his amazingness, because he's like that, he bought tickets for us to go and see Wicked. I will actually say that he bought tickets for us to go see Wicked. He also bought tickets for us to go and see Star Wars even, in the big screen, the IMAX thing in London. So it was kind of like this one's for you, but this one's for me. And we get to do it together, obviously. And it was absolutely amazing. I think I was at the edge of my seat the whole time. But there's so much, like the storyline, there was things in the storyline that totally shocked me, even though I've been binging on the music. Still completely shocked me. I was like, oh, I didn't know that. So I'm really, really happy with them. And that's when I bought my mug. And I also got a little necklace, which has like the you know, like the crystal towers from the Emerald City, and then at the bottom there's a like a circle with the 13-hour clock on it. The only thing which was disappointing is not the right word, but I was a bit bummed about, but can't be helped, is that the music that I was listening to was Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth, and obviously in London in 2015 can't count, they're not doing it anymore, so it would be amazing to see those guys, but I don't think they do it anymore. Right, I'm going to mute you for a second while I hit this my heat tool. But now my craft room is changed around. I've got my heat tool at my desk. How cool is that? Right, give me 2 minutes. I'm back. Okay, so I'm going to wet it again and then come over the top with a lot more like purples and deeper colours. And for this, I'm using a, this is a brush from Langnickel, and it is really super soft hair on this brush. So much so that I could probably use it as like a blusher brush or something. It's so soft. But it's great for doing large areas. And I've got bigger ones as well, but let's see. Ooh, that's probably not quite dark enough still. You can see my thing is buckled. If I put something here, like runs down to the side. But that's okay. So Wicked was amazing. It was funny actually because we had such an amazing day, and we had booked to stay overnight in London, and we booked in like a fancy hotel. I can't remember which one it was, but it was a fancy hotel anyway. And Craig spent loads of money on it. And then it ended up that we were like outside our room, there was like a roof or something with a, I think it was the air handling unit, perhaps. So essentially, we just could not sleep. We had this ridiculously fancy, expensive hotel, and we couldn't sleep at all. Craig had to get us moved. So we weren't too impressed. But we had a fabulous day, and it was all good. Right, a bit of blue on the go. Darken it up. Don't want any of that white shining through. There's, well, not much of it anyway. And you can still see that it's quite wet because it's blooming out quite a bit, which is good. What does this say? We need a little graphic that says audio is muted while we're making annoying noises. Be right back. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, Craig, you get right on that, honey. Craig, that'd be too funny. Maybe a little cartoon on the side. All I need to do is like make a card that says that and then set it on the screen every time that I do it, rather than digitizing it, because I'm more likely to remember to put a critter, move it from here to here, than I am to remember to click a button on the computer. Mostly because I lose my mouse after about 5 minutes. Okay. Audio is muted. Be right back. I'm back. So I was trying to think of like a really noisy animal or something. Like what would be the best animal or critter to have for that? Just trying to think. Or maybe it should be like a little mouse, like quiet as a mouse, that kind of thing. I need more clean water. Hintity hint hint. Okay, coming in with some black, guys. Fear not. This is going to be what magics the whole thing. Oops, try not to do that. A woodpecker or a rooster, says Maria. I think I might need an apron as well. Getting a bit splashy. Okay, we're getting there. Mute again. Sorry guys, I'm having a little laugh. My magic hands brought me some clean water and an apron, but he was having a giggle. Okay, it's still not dark enough for me. Lizzie says this is about the time that I think I've rendered. Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm going to get a bit more like black and do a wash over the top just to try and darken it down. I only want the colours to be like subtly seen through it. Unfortunately for you guys, this is a really fun thing to make, but it's probably a lot of repetition for you guys. So sorry about that. Okay, I'm going to heat gun again. Okay, so you really do need to use like watercolor paper with this, because it's so like there's so much water happening here. But I wanted it to be a bit more purple. I'm going to come in on the top with the purple. You guys, I'm not sure how much you guys are going to see, but you can still see a lot of the colour, at least in real life. So don't worry if it looks like a bit of a hot mess. It's all good. It's all good, girls and boys. Oops, water's a bit full. Scary moment, says Dana. No, it's not. It's all fun. It takes a brave woman to do this. No. Okay, one more blast, and then I might call it done. I'm not sure. I better not commit to that. Okay, muting for a moment. again, Petunia. I finally made another live. I am glad that you're here. I am getting a bit messy with my watercolors. And I love this, like this bloom that's happened here with a lot of pigment. I really, really like that. And I'm really sorry guys, I'm going to try to do another one because I like the intenseness of it. So I'm going to do like a few more forced ones with darker lines. And then I can sort of blend it out on the bottom slightly. It's gonna look so pretty. Hey Marceline, did you have a nice Christmas? One more time with the heat tool. Well, what do you think so far? I'm just going to grab a smaller paintbrush so that I can do some splatteroonies. Grab a couple of different ones for different types of splatters. Yeah, it kind of looks more like mountains now, but I quite like it. It's that pretty. It's gonna not really look like mountains in a minute whenever I splat attack it, I imagine. Let me grab something. Good job, Craig got me the apron. And there's no choice for this one, you just have to get stuck in. Get your finger a bit wet. So I'm going to go over it, splattering some of the paint of the colours that I've already used. And that's what's really going to make it magic, I think. Okay, dip my finger in there as well while I'm at it. Is this watercolor, says Elizabeth? Yes, it is. It is my Zig Kuretake Ganzai Tambi watercolors. So the last time I started flicking paint around, I managed to cover Craig's monitor in white paint. Didn't go down too well. But all cleaned off. So what's the harm, huh? So this time it's just going to be, oops, that was a bit much. Teal, red, a little bit of everything. Just bring that back a little bit. Some more down here. I can't really see any. Got red-handed. I love everything fantasy and fairy tale like, says Martilly. Looks like a fairy tale. Hey, did I ever tell you guys that I illustrated a cover for a book? And in fact, it had a sort of, well, it had a similar kind of background, but it was made using distress inks. It was a book written by a friend of ours for his wife. And in fact, I did the outside illustration and Rebecca Rabbit Knight did the inside illustration. So, yeah, and I drew this like girl and yeah, it was for his book, which is all exciting. I have a copy somewhere. Okay, so this is not coming out easily. This is Perfect Pearls in Water. And I want to give them a bit more of a spritz, because that pearlescent sheen will help galaxify the background. If I get my nose down here, then I can see a bit better where everything is. I'll need to figure out what kind of card I'm going to make with this. Maybe I could do a Chibitronics card, or I might use the MFT astronaut thing. Sorry, just boshed the thingy. Look at my hands. Oh, you probably can't see. It's covered. I'll grab a wipey. Oh, Elizabeth said that she got these for Christmas. You're going to love them. What was the name of the book? What was the name of the book? It was called, I know the protagonist was called Elizabeth. Ironically, because there's a lot of Elizabeths on tonight. What was it called? I honestly can't remember. That's awful. I don't remember. Okie dokies. Let me have a look at what else I've got here. So I think I'm going to come in with my opaque white. Yay! So what should I use is the question. Ooh. I've managed to make all my pots full of colour. Oh well, I'm just going to go for it. Ooh, super creamy. Can you see it? It's the white that really makes this, by the way. I have tried before using gouache, like white gouache, but it doesn't quite give this good of a coverage. But I don't know, because I guess it depends on what it's going to be like when it dries. I'm going to come in with a thicker brush now, because you get different thicknesses of blobs depending on the brush that you use. Did you know, in fact, and also the way that you do it, if you tap it, you get bigger bloops. Okay, I think that will now be set aside to dry while I try and clean myself up a bit. So far so good with my opaque white ink. Ooh. Let me tidy up. Fairies should be dancing around on that background, is what I should like. Fairies could be, maybe that's what I'll do. Who knows? There is a little like aura of splatters kind of everywhere here. My friend, the baby wipes will help me deal with that. Good old baby wipes. We went to Costco before Christmas and got a big box of baby wipes. And between having a child, you know, 6-year-old child, and my crafting, I don't think it'll be too long before we've gone through most of them, to be honest. Try and move this over here so you guys can see it on camera too, as long as it doesn't interfere with my space over here. Almost. Oh, it kind of does it feel like, let me take you to outer space. Ooh, I can't reach it over, never mind. Alien landscape. Yes, should we do that? What should we do? What should we do? Lots of ideas. Keep those ideas coming in while I clean up some mess. I've got aliens. We could do aliens. I've got my favorite things, astronaut guy. Let's see what options we've got, and you guys can decide. Merry Christmas, Richard. Whoop whoop. How are you, my love? Lawn fun, lawn fun. What about mermaids? Mermaids might work. Fairies could work. Kraken could work. Just having a mooch through for inspiration. I know that I have, I could do like a hot air balloon. Like I've got our fairies. This is where you guys need to shout up if there's something in particular you want to see. You have to inspire me. Where's the other ones? Lawn fawn. I have a the Monster Mash, which which is fun. Or I just do some like generic things. I've got these aliens. I've got Gerda alien, I think. Let's have a look. I've got Gerda Steiner alien. But there's enough to do a couple of things, so I could probably do 3 cards out of that maybe. There's quite a lot happening over there. I like the astronaut. Oh, I also have, actually, I've got Lawn Fawn here, Lawn Fawn ones that I haven't actually used yet. So maybe I'll do that if I can find them. These are ones that, these are little ones that either I've stamped from the go, or, you know, whenever you send somebody a present or a gift or a card and you stick a couple of stampies in there. So these ones were sent to me by Tamara Hydraide, French lady who sometimes jumps on the stream. So far, I found 0 astronauts. Where are you, little guys? I wonder if Piper has stolen them. She tends to reach for this. I might use that. Yeah, she tends to reach for this little pot and pull out a couple of fun things. Quite like those as well. The little Yeti is fun still. So are you guys completely over like Christmas and winter cards, or do you think that you still, that you're still enjoying them? Are you ready for bright colors and things? Not being very successful here. Well, I think that pretty much lots of accessories and no little men. Astronaut guys. Anything else that strikes your fancy? Gerda Steiner alien with an astronaut is one suggestion. I'm still making winter themed cards. Winter just started. I need to make a batch of welcome back to school cards for some teachers at work, says Rebecca. And then Maria says, I'll send you some astronauts soon. Okay, so, well, we've got this guy. He could be used, couldn't he? Or we could even use some of these accessories with these, because, you know, I like mixing up my stamps. They don't quite look, they kind of do look the same. Do they look the same? Maybe not quite. I'm trying to think if you could use them on the same card for a similar thing happening. Let's move this over. I reckon we've got plenty of background to do a couple of different ones. So someone said a Gerda Steiner alien. I don't know which one of these you were thinking of. That's nice in the dark night background with the lantern. This? Yeah. Should we do some fairies on it as well? Okay. Let's do a little alien one first. We'll use him because he's already coloured. And some of these little guys. And I think I might use this. So I'm going to grab some, I'm going to have, I think, a strip along here. A strip of the nighttime galaxy background, like here. Let me get a piece of cardstock. And grab some dies. So this is kind of the moment of truth. So I've moved around my craft room, as I said at the start of the show. I've had a massive clear out, but now my desk is in a different place, and my there we go, and my machine, my, what do you call it, Big Shot, is in a different place as well. So I guess we shall see whether that works. I don't know. I'm going to use, I wanted to use this for the background. It's not quite big enough. Maybe what I'll do is cut out one of these using the teal instead. Let's colour these guys in. What have I done with my markers? Oh, there you are. My friend Jasmine is has just got a packet of Spectrum Noir pencils. So she was messaging me and being like, oh my gosh, I'm loving these. So I'm really pleased that she's getting into the swing of things. She's getting more and more into crafty stuff. I'm especially pleased because it means that I can give her a lot of my old stuff. So I mentioned earlier that I had a bit of a crafty clear out happening. I have put, okay, so comment probably more specifically for UK people. There is a Facebook page that is called, I think it's called UK Scrapbooking. Oh, I'm not sure. UK Scrapbooking, buy, sell and swap, something like that, a Facebook group like that. And I have added loads of stuff onto there for stupidly low money. Bundles of Project Life cards for £1, things like that. So if that interests anyone, head on over. I also got rid of most of my fabric, which is something that both terrifies me. I had to very much convince myself that I don't use it, I don't need it. Just do it and don't think about it. but it's really hard. I came across this bundle of fabric and it was brown, and I was like, why did I buy all this brown fabric? Because I'm not a brown kind of girl. And then I remembered that I was going to make this dress for Piper that was like a fox dress. So if you've got the shoulders coming down here, and then across the top you come down in like a little foxy nose, and then it cut in with like the fox shape, and it came down in a dress, and then you could add like this tail to it. And I had it all planned out, and I bought all the fabric. Never made it. Le sigh. It's bad, isn't it? But I know that I'm never going to get the time to do it these days, so there's no point in keeping it, no point in keeping the fabric. So I put it up on one of the selling sites in the village near us, and someone came today to take like a whole box of fabric away. It always seems like really sad to give away your stuff, but I'd rather that it's going to someone else to be loved. Jody says, oh, it moved, hold on. That's turning out pretty. I was a little concerned for a minute, but I like it. Sometimes that's the way it goes. Very often, in fact. I'm pretty sure it was, I've said this before on a stream, but I'm sure it was Sandy Allnock that said, right up until the moment that it's finished, it's going to look really unfinished. Which, in a way, it's just like, well, of course it's going to look unfinished. It's not finished. But she's a wise woman. So I'm trying to be a bit braver these days, and I'm going in with like a grey pen. It's a BV23. So it's a blue violet 23. And I'm trying to create a bit more like the darkness, not the darkness, the darkness, the what do you call it? People, the artiste. It looks more like a basketball thingy majiggy. So we've got him. I might actually darken him up a little bit in some corners. Okay. So we got him, we've got sun. We'll do one of these. What colour is this? Not that I'm going for true to form colours. Shall I do blues? I never really know. Apparently we're doing blues. Fairies and astronauts. Rebecca says, oh hold on, I've missed out some things. Denise says, arrived at our friends today and Artie's trousers were written for, yay! Did I tell you? No, I probably didn't tell you, Denise, that as soon as I come home, so last week Denise was here, a little bit of information for people who don't know the rest of the story. Denise was here, she was crafting with me on Friday, it was all awesome. And on Saturday we brought her to the train station, and just as we got to the train station we realised that her son's ski trousers were hanging up under my stairs. Typical, and we just didn't have enough time to come back and get them. So I said, well, I'll post them, but Denise was like hopping between locations, so she was like, oh, okay, we're trying to figure out where she's going to be. So I came home, I wrapped up as quick as I could. The post on a Saturday goes at like 12 12, so we had very, very little time before the postie was going to be there. I'm adding a bit of yellow because I want like the sunshine to be shining on this. That's the theory. Whether it actually really works out like that, I'm not sure. So I drove up to the post office, and as I was driving up, I saw the postman pull in, and then I was trying to get parked, and he was just getting out as I ran out of the car. I don't even think I locked my car. I ran straight past him in the most dramatic way possible and was like, "Ah, take your time, take your time." Like got in front of him in the door, wrangled him. I said, "Take your time, take your time." And he had a Santa hat on, so I knew he was happy enough. Like he was like, "Ha ha ha," having a good old giggle. Yeah. So I went in and went up to the guy and was posting it, and as I turned around, the postman had come in the door, and he was like walking in slow motion, looking at me like, "Whoa." I was like, "Yeah, phew, it's okay, you can go now." I made it, yay! So that was funny. It made me giggles. Okay, we got a little man. We got 3 beautiful basketballs. And then, yeah. I don't know whether I want a little, I kind of want to colour it, and then I'll decide whether I want to use it or not. Because I can bring in my reds and greens and whatnots. Not greens at all. Reds and blues and yellows. There's a place near my parents called the Scrap Exchange. You drop off nearly anything that's even remote craft fitted, and they always have the best. That's amazing. Where is that? I wish there was somewhere here, because do you know what? I don't care about getting money for my stuff, but I don't want to throw it away, because I know that there's people out there that would just love it. But I have to say that most of the stuff that I'm getting rid of is scrapbooking stuff rather than stamping stuff. Although there are a lot of Unity stamps. What's the word? Red rubber cling mounted ones. That would be so fun if there was a scrap exchange near me. I would like that a lot. So I don't actually know what this stamp set is called. Do you guys know what it's called? Because people might be asking me. Usually when I put up the live stream, people are like, "Oh, what do you call that one?" I actually don't know. We're good. And hopefully my watercolor panel has dried. Let me see. Some comments. Time to get some sleep for me, says Mandy. Sweet dreams. I'm really excited to see end results of your cards. Have a great New Year's, everyone. And make sure you stay safe and sound until next year. Always feels weird saying it, until next year. time. I'm new to card making. I'm just getting my supplies together. I have mostly winter stuff, so more winter things would help you. Ooh, yeah, well, Jodie, if you need like scrubbery things, then let me know. And then what else is happening here? Okay, Margeline says, "Ik lig mijn meentje hotelkamer in bed kijken." Tekken. And Scrap Exchange is in Durham, but not the UK Durham, the one in North Carolina. Lawn Font Out of This World is what it's called. Okay, thank you so much. Let me see let me see how it's going along. Oh, it's good. So the actual paper, like beforehand, it was really raised up because the wetness had buckled. But now that it's drying, it's a little damp down here. You can see on the thing. Once upon a time in a galaxy far, far away, Craig really wanted to go and see Star Wars, but Lesley didn't want to go all the way into London to see Star Wars. What do you think? Close up. Ooh, I could just put it there. Then I've taken you all to space. How cool is that? Ha 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 ha. Pleased. So pleased. Happy days. Lesley, we should teach you some Dutch. Yeah, that's probably better than my botched attempt there. Oh, these are fun. Aren't they? Aren't they just? Okay. Let's see what we're going to do then. It's almost a shame to cut into it. I'll just keep it like that. Okay, so let's have a little think about what I want to do for this. So I think I'm either going to do a panel across or a panel across like this. I'm visualizing, bear with me. I got some new dies from My Favorite Things that I might want to use. I've still not put into their little pouches. What is in this? Like this. Don't know. I'm going to try and do a could do like this kind of a size, couldn't I? Across the way. This is where I try and be clever so that I can get as much out of this panel as possible, and then I commit to things that I probably shouldn't. But I'm going to do it anyway. Where is my trimmer? So one of these panels I want at least to be 5.5 so that I can get like a landscape out of it. If possible, I might even be able to get 2, so pop that over to the side for now. And then this one, I think I'm going to have some sort of a, maybe a wave like this. Woo! These waves might work. Margeline says, Lesley, I told Mandy in Dutch that I'm watching in my hotel room to the stream just like 2 weeks ago, but then I was in London and now you're in Brussels. Ah. Okay, so I like this because this has got the stitching on the top and the bottom, And the Lawn Fawn ones I have, like this, only have the stitching on the one side. So I am liking this. I'm going to try my new magnetic platform, people. I probably need to use one of my new mats though. Okay, that's it. It's not quite a new year, but I'm going to call it New Year, New cutting mats. I'm going to use my glitzy ones that Sue's got me. I've been using one for the top plate, but I haven't yet used it for the bottom plate. So that's what I'm doing. I've swapped them around now. Pretty. There we go. Try that. I don't think I'm really going to be able to tell much about my magnetic platform until I've played with it for a week or so. We shall see. Pretty. Okay. Maria says, just finished an interactive spinner card for one of my nephews. What is it like? Describe it for us. Awesome job as always, Lesley, says Maria. Thank you. I like whenever I throw the thing onto my magnetic platform, it has that like magnetic snap to it. It sounds so dumb because of course it's going to have a magnetic snap to it. I like the lines are going up. What do you reckon? Ooh, yeah, this way. I'm loving it. And I think I might use, because obviously I don't have the sentiments for that set because I just got the little doodads. So I don't want the moon one because I don't have a, oh sorry, I don't want the moon one because I don't have a moon. I don't really want to make the blast because that's that one. I mean, there's no like fire in this or anything. Although I could put fire on it, that's true. You mean the world to me could work. There's no one on the planet I love more than you. I like that sentiment, but I don't know whether I would use that stamp set, like use that card. Have a blast. Mission Control, we have a birthday. That's perfect actually, because then it can be used for a birthday card. Have lots of fun. I can't wait to see the finished masterpiece. Are you going to bed? Sweet dreams. Okay. Mission Control, we have a birthday. And I think I'm going to stamp in black and clear heat emboss. I've not done that in a while. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, let me use my creative corners to line this up. Oh, almost lost it there. Oh, it's not really going to line up because the birthday's got a hangy downy. I can still use it. I'll just pretend that I'm measuring, oh, that's 1 inch and that's 1 inch, and I've just moved it. Let's try that. Okay, so when it comes to embossing black, did I tell you that I got rid of my, well, I didn't get rid of it, obviously. I still have it, but I have it at the back of the shelf. My black embossing powder. So now I just use this, which is my VersaFine, with some clear embossing powder. And I think it turns out a lot better, in my opinion. Okay, heat tool time. I'll put you on mute for a second. Stacy says, I made my son's birthday card with the My Favorite Things Space Explorer stamp set and the Mission Control We Have a Birthday sentiment, and he loved it. There you go, kid approved. That's definitely a thumbs up in my opinion. I never find the VersaFine cleans up quite as well as I want it to, and I have absolutely zero idea where my chamois is. I'll just do that. Be fine. Be fine. Be fine. Okie dokie. Part of me really wants to put an action wobbler on this, which I think would be super fun. Let me see if I can position all of these in a way that would work. Might need to chop some of this one off. Something like that. chop off some of the sun, maybe. I think that will work. Time for a snack. Be right back. I want a snack. I like snacks. So much chocolate in our house right now. Hey, you guys are lucky that we've got a craft stream tonight. We were supposed to have friends over, but instead they're coming over tomorrow night. So, I didn't actually think that's why, in case you're wondering. Well, one of the reasons why there was no YouTube event made. That and the fact that my craft room was an absolute tip. From all the tidying. Tidying is bad news, I'm telling you. I had to send another box of stuff to Create and Craft today, and the last time I did that, I had to borrow a pair of bathroom scales because we don't own bathroom scales, and I had to borrow them from a friend, but she's away this week. So I had to go and buy some bathroom scales. I don't really like owning bathroom scales. I don't really like owning bathroom scales whenever there's so much chocolate in the house either. Oh dear. If I was an action wobbler, where would I hide? See why I need a craft room clear out? Maybe I don't have any left. One little baby. It'll fit behind his head and pretty much no more. Do you know which way these need to go, people? Is it the pointy end to the top? No, I think it's the thick end to the top. Okay. Well, that's what's going to happen for my card anyway. Mission Control, we have a birthday, and then I think what I'm going to do in here is put have a blast. And I have a little fire stamp somewhere here, a little dragon. So I'm going to stamp him. I think he will work. He'll work beautifully, I reckon. Like find a piece of card that would I could stamp on. I think it's time for another memento. Mine dry out quite quickly in my warm craft room, which, by the way, has become a lot more tolerable since Craig realised that the heating was faulty. And now I'm like, oh, so warm in here. Never happy. It's too cold out there. It's too warm out there. There's not enough gerbil out here. Just kidding. He keeps saying that our original plan was to have Fiskars out here, right? But then Fiskars was so tiny. And yeah, he was just so tiny, and it was really quite cold. So it didn't seem right to put Fiskies out here. And then we had to move things around for the old Christmas tree happening. But he's quite happy where he is. But Craig keeps saying, oh, you should move Fiskars out. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't know. I like having him in there, taking him out for a little snuggle every now and again. On verra, as they say. So next up, I think fairies. Maybe fairies. Works beautifully, doesn't it? Have a blast. There's something about using a mix of stamps, like stamp companies, that I just really, truly love. I kind of want to raise up the little rocket so that it's like on a foam pad compared to the compared to this. So I am going to do that, but I'm only going to use a 1 mil foam pad. Because it is the inside of a card, obviously. Let me find some of those little skinny ones. Oh, excuse me guys, sorry, I know I'm in the way. Here they are, they were stuck. They've kind of all gone a weird color. So old. Trying to get rid of the ones that have lost their backer, because that's obviously what's making it stick to everything in the pot. Right. Back on track. There we go. Mission control, we have a birthday. Have a blast. But we first of all, we need to stick our little Manny on. There we go. What do you think? Yay! He really is like hanging on from his head. I kind of want to put one of those Lego, you know, the Lego astronauts. They have like a little pipe thing. How fun is that? Cool. Okay, one card down. Oh my gosh, it's 11 already. I can't believe it's taken me so long. Well, I suppose I had my galaxy background to do. That took a little while, didn't it? So that's one. I've got this and I've got this still. And I kind of wanted to use some teal with it, but I like the way it pops against the white. It's my favorite. I reckon we could use this. Let me find it now. If I can find it. I've got like a there we go. This thing, I kind of like, you can look out the windows. Maybe you could have the little fairies behind it or something. Don't know. That might work. Let me cut some of this out of some cardstock. I'm going to use this, seeing as it's here. No, I'm not, because it's not going to match my... Oh, yes, I am. Oh, no, I'm not. Oh, yes, I am. Okay. I thought that was kind of cool. What do you reckon? Is that cool? Might cut this again in some I don't know whether I'm going to layer this behind. Or, so basically cut this out and inlay it, or layer it behind. I think I'm going to cut it out like this. I'm going to follow my initial instinct and see where it takes me. Hopefully not to the trash. Hopefully not to the bin. Ooh. Okay. so cute. Oh, thank you, Lesley. That's absolutely adorable. I vote inlay. Yay, well, that's what I'm going for. 1, 2, try to keep these in the right order. Not that it'll make that much of a difference. 1, 2, 3, and then that underneath. Move these off to the side. Pop that down there. Not much, while I'm getting my other piece of cardstock, I'll allow you to admire Mission Control card. And I can tidy up some of these other bits and pieces, like my watercolor. So this cardstock for the frame is watercolor cardstock, so it's a slightly different color to it's not white basically, but that's okay. But I'm wondering whether for a background, instead of having that white cream color, if like a black or something would work really well. Let's see what my tribe think. See what you guys think. So I could have this with this and this. You just can't really see the frame when you do it that way. Not an awful lot. Like something like that. Or we put it onto like a black background. I don't know if it loses some of its power then. Thoughts? Thoughts for you and thoughts for me. Tell me what you think, my dear. So my brain was saying, oh, this kind of looks like a little hill. Could have something like a little fairies in there. Would it look cool? Black background. It looks better with the rest of the wave. Okay, okay. Let's die cut some of this in black and then we can figure it out from there. Sometimes if you actually see it on the card, then it makes the decision for you. If in doubt, choose both. That's pretty much the philosophy that Piper goes by. If you say to Piper, Piper, which person do you like best out of such and such a TV program? I like them all. Piper, what was your most favourite Christmas present that you got? Oh, I really like them all. Okay. Piper, you don't really like making decisions, do you? No. Silly girl. Okay, so I either have something like this, and obviously it'll have a sort of grassy something happening down here, I imagine. Oops, I'm totally off cam. This new setup is confusing me. Like that. Or, ooh, shaker card. Ooh, shaker card. Oh, yeah, that might have to happen. You could use the Nightscape frame die cut and line it up on another frame die cut, raise it up in black foam. Oh, here's where it like waffles my brain. You could use the Nightscape frame cut, this one, Line it up on another frame cut, raise a black foam, black background, shaker, silver spark. I was planning on using this as something anyway, probably a shaker to be honest, or something to that effect, but I don't know, I need you to walk me through that one. Definitely black. Let me just move it over here. Yeah, it has to be black, doesn't it? Kind of has to be black. Okay. So that goes in there, and that, this is the one that I need to make green. Or somehow have a greeny tint to it. This might work. It's really quite dark. So it'll help with the nighttime illusion. I'll just use my wonderful magnetic platform to hopefully hold that in place. This is a bit of a gamble. I'm not sure if it's going to work, but we'll try it out and see. Oh, it's slightly off, annoyingly so. I think I'm probably going to have to do it the other way around. And I'm still not sure if I'm going to get it lined up perfectly, but we'll try. Otherwise, we'll just have to layer the sky on top of the grass, even though that makes no sense. Oh, maybe that was the problem, that I had it the wrong way around. Interesting. It's a slightly different cut one way to the other. I've mixed all of these up now, whatever way they were. Never mind. just put that on top of my frame. Okay. I think once the images are on the card, the black won't be overpowering and the images will pop. We shall see. That's my thoughts as well, by the way. But I don't think it'll be quite as overpowered. Plus, we'll be adding like stamped images and stuff, so the black will definitely not be as prominent. I might actually add it onto a, you know, one of these, what do you call it, scalloped black ones, and then layer that on the white. I think that'll look better. If there's one the right size, which no my luck, there will not be. Oh, excuse me, I'm gonna cough. Excuse me, people. Yeah, this doesn't look like it's quite the right size, annoyingly. I might have a inside out frame or something like that. That would work. Or a zigzag frame. Still too big. Maybe I need to go for the small one. Yeah, I think that would be better. Now, if I try and do a good job at lining this up, then I can use the outside as well for another project. The Nightscape Painting die cut frame, this one, and balance, finish out the frame. Oh, I just moved that, didn't I? Balance the inlay type with black cardstock. Place the entire frame with black foam. Ooh. Painting die cut frame, which is this. Balance and finish out the frame with the inlay technique. So add the rest of the frame here using black cardstock. Place the entire frame on black foam on top of a black cardstock base. Or if made double thick foam and turn into a shaker, you could put those die cut stamp rockets into the frames. Oh yeah, that sounds really pretty. I love your creativity and inspiration. Do you think that's a bit better, guys? we have the frame around the outside. Like we die cut it into a little floral, not floral, scalloped. Right, I need some little fairies or something happening. So, do I put them on top of the frame? I think I will. Might not make an awful lot of sense in your brain, but my brain's a bit weird like that. Let's see what I've got. Need some more cardstock. You've got lots of stamps and stuff and I don't, says Brina. I like sharing my ideas. Oh, that's nice. I have one of these. One of these. And one of these. And I think what I'll do is add some green, dark green, somewhat dark green swirlies. They're not overly dark green, to be fair. This is Willow from Simon. I'm actually really pleased because someone gave me the dies for this. And I hadn't really used these an awful lot because I didn't like fussy cutting them. So, yay. Do you know, part of me wants to use the lantern. So I don't know whether I will, but I will stamp it. And then the option is there. I don't know whether I put the little house like in the background underneath the layers. I'm not sure. My first dozen cards or so were without stamps. I made, says Rebecca, I made little doodles and wrote captions using YouTube as inspiration. Good for you. That's brilliant because I love to hear that because sometimes people will kind of, it sounds awful, but they kind of make excuses a little bit, you know what I mean? I think as crafters we convince ourselves that we can't possibly create unless we've got the latest and greatest. Whereas in fact, creativity can take many forms and you can be creative without anything. Isn't that technically what creativity or creation is? Creating something from nothing. I'm going light on the colouring. I don't want to overpower these fairies. So for everything, I'm trying to fade it into white, essentially. And with the face, I kind of need a bit more help fading it in because otherwise it looks a wee bit weird. The rest is not as bad. Hair I still super struggle with. I think it's all about being patient. And I'm not sure I'm qualified for that. I'm doing the feathering technique. I'm working my way up. Different colors. Oops. Sometimes I think it just ends up with people who look like they've got really stripy hair. But then I also think that's just because I'm too close to it. Do you know what I mean? You see other people's and you're like, oh, that's so good. I'm like, well, actually, if you actually take a look at it, it looks pretty much stripy too. It's just if you stand back a bit. It kind of comes together. Pretty sure all fairies have mousy brown hair. In my card they do. And a little boop-de-boop-de-boop-de-boop-de-boop pink along the edges of that. Yellow along the edges of this. And a little pop of yellow in there, pop of green down here, and then I'm going to colour this fairly like shaded, I think. Because it's like in the background. Not sure how it's going to work out, but we'll see. I think the fairies won't mind if you give them whatever colour hair you please. Thank you. They're just going to have to deal with it. But what colour should my actual house be? Tealy colour? PG10 maybe? Obviously it's pretty in the shade, isn't it? It's got these like shadows, harsh shadows on it. And maybe a little pink door. Right, here comes the fun of cutting all these guys out. for my scene. Stamps make me, stamps let me make more complex images. I'm a sucker for masking. Masking always feels like you're performing some kind of magic though, doesn't it? So let's stick these on here. I'm just curious. I subscribed to your channel really recently. So how did you get started? Yay, questions, I like that. So I got started many moons ago. When I was at university, I was studying French and religious studies. So as part of my degree, I had to spend a year in France. And my boyfriend's mother, which is Craig's mum, but at the time he was my boyf, and my boyfriend's mother watched a lot of, I think it was QVC, and she bought me a scrapbook so that I could document my time in France. And so I think I got it when I came, I think on my birthday, which is in August, after I'd come back from France. So I then went to find a craft store that would allow me to buy some card and glue and scissors and stuff that students don't normally have in their supplies. And I found a craft store in Glasgow because that's where we were living at the time. And I walked in and I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And I think I probably spent like a few hours in there just looking around, getting completely sucked in. And then I remember like that was like a big thing. I'll just pop in and have a look around. Or I'd convince myself, I really want some decorative edge scissors or something like that. Or I need some glue, but different glue. Can't be having the same glue that I've already got. And yeah, so I went and got all this stuff. And I'm a chit chatter. You've probably figured that out by now. So I'd be chatting to the staff. Oh, what does this do? Have you had anything new this week? And before long, I was like, I'm going to hand in. I was working in like a clothes shop, which I absolutely detested. I'm not a clothes kind of girl. I shop for clothes because I need to, not because I think it's fun. And I was working in this clothes shop, and the worst thing about working in the clothes shop was that the girls that worked in the clothes shop, oh sorry, they were just horrid. They were really catty, and it was like they couldn't think of conversation, so they would just talk about people who worked there even though they didn't even know them. Anyway, I really didn't enjoy it, and I was looking for other jobs, and I thought I'm going to apply to the craft store, and I did, and I got a job there. And then it was amazing because every weekend I got to go there, and I got to they had like a trolley behind the till that was full of like stamps and stuff. And the idea was that if anybody needed help, or you know, you could actually show people everything in action. So I would, if it was quiet, I would just sit and I would stamp, quite frankly, and I would make things. And So I very quickly kind of surpassed, because the lady who was like the craft manager, she didn't work at the weekends. So at the weekends I was there, and everybody who worked upstairs pretty much in the art department, they hated working downstairs. And so it felt to them, it was like a punishment being sent downstairs to do the craft. They go to the craft department. I'm like, oh, I love it down here. I'm going to stick this on because it's moving around and it's annoying me. So I pretty much became the most well-informed person in the shop when it came to the craft department. And I was asked to do like demonstrations at a craft fair. I got to go to like training events and stuff like that. And I just absorbed it all. I loved it. I was having people come in with appointments with me so we could talk about designing wedding cards and whatever. I would be making stuff to be the samples to go up on the board on top of like we had these storage cupboards at the top where we kept inventory. And we would like cover that in projects so that people could see them in action. It was all fun. But then I moved down to Cambridge actually, and I did work in another craft shop before that time, and then I moved down to Cambridge, and I was away from like most other my little craft family and stuff, all my crafty peoples. Yeah, so Craig was encouraging me to start a website. And he helped me get set up, get my little blog set up. I'm just playing here. I don't really know whether I want these or not. There's a lot of white going on, which I'm not a big fan of. Kind of like that, like this, where it's peeking out. Oopsies. Yep, so he got me set up with a bloggy. And then I was doing some demonstrations for a UK company, a UK distribution company called Trimcraft. So they asked me to, just at the weekends, travel around, and I would go to places like the Range and Craft Central it was then, which you guys probably don't remember. If you're kind of new to the world of crafting, Craft Central was a chain that existed back then. Very popular in like garden centres and stuff. I put her there, it kind of looks like there's no frame there, but I don't know whether I want that. Kind of want it to be obvious that there's a frame. I think she'll go like here, raised up. Yeah, and by that point, you know, I had a job. I had a non-crafty, pay the bills kind of job. Because beforehand I was a student, so I could just doss around and do what I wanted. But yeah, then I had like a job. So very much crafting was my in my spare time kind of thing. I'm not sure which one to do here. I think what I might do is trim this off, as weird as it seems. If I stick it up like this, and the white on white isn't as noticeable. Oops. And I could possibly stick that one down. Yeah, and as I continued and my blog grew, I was doing videos, and Craig was always encouraging me to try new things like videos and try out for like design teams. So that happened, which was fun. I was on design teams for lots of different, mostly scrapbooking, like magazines and stuff at that time. Mostly scrapbooking. So there's something that means like I don't want to put this on because I want to put a light on it. Like, there's something about me and my personality is like, it needs to have a light in it. So I'm gonna do it. It just feels wrong. I think it's cute. I want to see if I can make another card before time runs out. Need to get some more of those big round guys. So my channel grew, which is great, and I think through like the magazine work and stuff, and very much working full-time in a pretty intense job, well, actually at that point it wasn't too bad because I was in Cambridge, but whenever we moved down to Guildford then, in a way, it's funny because when you've got an intense job, then you're like, I really want to make time for crafting. I saw these and I thought they might be pretty. But it might be a little bit too much. I think it's going to be too much. I think we just stick to that. Glow-in-the-dark ink. Do I have glow-in-the-dark ink? Because that would be amazing. I saw glow-in-the-dark embossing powder. Glow-in-the-dark ink. No, I don't think I have glow-in-the-dark ink. Glow-in-the-dark paint. No. obviously something that's on my need list now. Put these to the side. So there we go. I'm going to stick this on here with some heavy duty tape because there's a lot happening, and this watercolor cardstock is thicker than normal cardstock. And see if we can squeeze in one more card. What's everyone's plans for New Year? Are you going out? Are you staying in? Do you like New Year? Do you hate New Year? New Year's Eve, technically. Have you got any resolutions or any recaps or traditions that you do on New Year? So a couple of years ago, we had friends round, and instead of doing New Year's resolutions, I did this thing where you like draw a thing out of a jar. Wow, glow in the dark embossed powder. Yeah, glow in the dark embossed powder is a thing, a real thing, but I don't have it. Yes, so you drew a thing out of a jar, and it would say something like, well, name something in 2017 that made you feel really brave. Or what is your best like drunken memory or something like that. You know what I mean? And even though I might have pulled out something and I would have to answer it first, but we would go round the whole 4 of us, there was only 4 I think, and answer it. So it was really nice because it was quite intimate. It's not like you were sharing big secrets with everyone that you were going to get really embarrassed about or anything. It was just 4 of us. But I really loved that. And it was things like our friends had said, like, one of the best things was like his brother, who he gets along with like a house on fire. Like they're like best friends. The brothers are like best friends. It's amazing. And I remember him saying that like one of the best things of the whole year was his brother like falling in love and finding someone that, you know, loves him in the same way that his wife loves him, and it was just, I think, it's really nice, isn't it? So nice. Okay, card number 2, although this definitely needs some sparkle, mostly because I've got an open seam here. What about glow-in-the-dark stickers? I have a ghost from Halloween if you're wanting to make a small star and die. I think I have glow-in-the-dark stickers. I have glow-in-the-dark stickers from Sweet Stamp Shop, I think. Are they glow-in-the-dark? I think they are. I'll need to pull them out. I'll probably just buy a glow-in-the-dark pen, to be honest. And there must be a pen or an embossing thing, or like a wee puffy pen or something. I'm just going to add some sparklers to these. I'm looking for my maybe stamps. little diamonds, I think they're called. Can't find them. Yeah, these are them. Just had a few. New Year, going to bed early night because I'm driving 3.5 hours one way to celebrate Christmas with my siblings and parents. Oh, nice. So you're going to go and have like a family get together, a post-Christmas Christmas. Brilliant. Not the driving bit, obviously, that doesn't sound so fun. These are so pretty, these little diamonds. You kind of won't see the full effect until my glue dries clear, so I probably won't really see the full effect tonight, but maybe tomorrow when I take the photos and upload it to the blog, it might work. Oops. Okay, card number 2. I've only got 20 minutes for card number 3. So 1 and 2, beautiful backgrounds. I've still got some left over, plenty in fact. The table isn't that much carnage, which is great. I'm going to do this and this. And I'm going to stick some acetate on it. I'm going to try and make a quick shaker. Those are so cute. Do you use a light diffuse box to take photos of your finished cards? No, I bought one of those and I really didn't like the results. I used to use big like studio lights, and I have recently bought myself some smaller LED panel lights, which are like this sort of size. But as much as I can, I try to take photos in the daytime, because you can try and replicate it. You can try to use artificial light, but then it's harder to balance it. Like sometimes I will use my lights and then I'll try and adjust the settings of it, because my card will look really like pink or something, and then if you click like autocorrect, it turns out really blue, or vice versa. So then in order to actually correct it, you have to do a lot more faffing around, if you know what I mean. Let me see if I've got some foam that I can stick on this one. I'm going to use the thick foam and cut it down, I reckon. What about you guys? Do you take photos of your finished projects? And if you do, then do you use a light box or other tools? Do you know what? I was reading through a Facebook post the other day, and somebody was saying, as much as I try as much as I can to remove the static in shaker cards, and I just cannot like win. Like my shaker cards, the sequins are always full of static. Please, like, can anybody help and give me advice on what they do? And I was reading it, and do you know what one person said, which really took me by surprise? And it's a little bit nuts, and I don't mean that in an offensive way. It's genius, but I just never would have thought of it. She said that static is caused by things being too dry, and that she washes her sequins through a colander before using them, and that gets rid of any static in the sequins. I was like, wow, that is commitment. I wonder if it actually works. I use my light and cardstock for background. I was thinking about getting a portable one that folds flat. My craft space has beautiful windows, but when I have time to craft, it's after kitchen bed. Yep. So I, like tonight, I normally will not take a photo tonight. I'll take a photo tomorrow. It does mean that I am constantly chasing my tail, because I will always have made something and not actually shared it. I have a positionable daylight floor lamp that I use. It gets rid of the need to keep the cast or exposure of the photos after the fact. My mum has an light and I used to borrow it all the time. Cool. That's like a daylight bulb, right? So for the static, I normally use the powder tool, even though I hate the smell of it. And then I'll normally take one of my big like soft bristle brushes that you saw me use earlier and dust it away, because it does leave like a chalky residue, a milky kind of film, which I don't want. I don't want it to be a real foggy background. So here's the thing, do I want to have like a shaker on a background like this, or do I just do that on white? What do you reckon? Or I could do a strip like this, couldn't I, if I wanted to? purple. What does purple mean? Put it on this. Oh, the starry background would be gorgeous. Put it like this. Actually, I think what I want to do is have like a planet here or a moon. I think that's what I want to do. And maybe have one of my little aliens on it. Let me see what I can do for a moony, moony, moon, moon. I'm gonna go for some. I'm gonna have to go over here. I'm looking at my Distress Oxides Antique Linen. I think is a bit more what I'm after. Oh, I'm gonna have to open my new packet of blending tools, blending foam pads. I reckon. And I think I'm going to blend this onto a little bit of black cardstock, but I need it quite big. I don't even know if I've got one big enough. Oh, of course I do. I've got the simple stitched hillside borders, which might work for me right now. Let's take a look if I can find it. It'll be the last one in here to be sure. I'm getting tired. I've gone into accent mode. First one in, and I went straight past it. So I'm going to have a moon like this, I reckon. Let's cut out a piece of black card. Kind of where I want that to be, which will help me with my placement, won't it? I'm not sure if black will be too black, but we'll see. And then kind of like that, I reckon. And this is going to be my moon, providing my Distress Oxide, Antique Linen Distress Oxide does the trick. I'm not sure what it's going to be like, but we'll see. I might actually need to use white cardstock and then colour it in using some other distress inks, because I think with the Distress Oxide it's really flat, like it gives really flat colour, which can be pretty if that's what you want, but a moon is a bit more textured, isn't it? Just kind of looks green, greeny grey and not really like a moon. Yeah, I think I'll colour it in on white, and then I'll take it from there, to be honest. Maybe be able to get a bit more texture with some splashes and splotches and things. So I'm going to switch over to my Distress inks rather than oxides. And I don't think I've ever really mixed them before in my projects. So that's a first. And I will have, I'll grab tea dye, antique linen, pumice stone, and old paper and hickory smoke. I'm not sure which I'm going to use or not use, but we'll. What's this? Hickory smoke. Bit more grey in some places. That's all right. Sometimes it's hard for me to remember that whenever you're creating things like moons, you don't want a perfect blend. You want it to be a bit more like whimsical. No, a bit more whimsical. A bit more of a differentiation in colour. Pumice stone. Do you have anything that is circle of various size? I'm thinking of like a custom stencil brush, the foam pad, and an accent colour in one direction, and then the holes, and then remove them. Circles of various sizes, that would be cool. I might have something like that. Citrus Rose, hey! Then put the negative circle over where the circles have been and drag. I'm thinking of the craters of the moon. Your brain is on fire. Just going to do a few little splotches like this to bring out some of the cratery kind of different, the different textures, as it I could do some, let me see what I've got in my stencil stash. I don't think I've got any circles. I've got this, but I don't think that would work. It's too ornate. I've got snowflakes, but I don't think that would really be any different to what I've got. No. No. I'm just going to check my dies to see if I've got any little, I'm thinking like a ringlet die. You know, that cuts out like a circle or a ring to go around a tag hole or something. That might work. Like if I cut it out in the same kind of cardstock and layered it up for like a little bit of dimension. I don't know what it would be like, but we'll see. I don't know whether I have one is the problem. Nah, it would have been here if anywhere. The only other thing is like things like this, where you'd cut it out. Let me show ya. Cut out like this and stick it on. Oh, I've just lost it. Where did that go to? Take two. Like this. Let me show you what I mean. Don't know what your thoughts are. So I have sort of raised up things. What do you think? Does it look weird? Do you get any ideas in the middle of the night, and if you go back to sleep you'll forget, so you get up in the middle of the night and write them down? So I used to do that all the time, absolutely all the time. I would pretty much carry my notebook with me everywhere. In my handbag I'd have a notebook. These days I don't have, like I'm not like going out to work, so I don't have to carry a handbag and stuff. I don't really have a handbag with me most days. So I just end up having notebooks everywhere around the house. But yes, I have to write it down. What do you think? Circles or no circles? Open it up to discussion. Circles, says Rebecca. have made a card with a moon on it before, and it was actually using the Gerda Steiner alien, and I was really happy with the way it turned out. I like crumpled up the paper and then like inked it again, so it had lots of texture on it. It was really fun to do. Oops, that didn't have to go where I wanted it to go. If you could find more of different sizes. I might be able to. At least one sort of bigger one, wouldn't that be better? I've got tiny I've got circled eyes. I just don't think they're tiny enough. Ooh, that might work. It's not quite a different size, but it might work. Where did my thing go to? Oh, here it is. Ah, it doesn't cut it out. That's annoying. I got excited because it looked like this cut out a fine ring, and it doesn't. It just looks like it embosses it. Can you see, like here? Maybe with the trim it out though. It's a bit hard because it's so tiny, like, and flimsy. At least they don't have to be perfect, because I'm sure the moon does not have perfectly like concentric circles in their craters. It'll not look as bad whenever it's all together. Sometimes it all looks a bit weird up until the point. A bit like my, here's another one, an O. That might work. Yeah, a bit like the watercolor background where it all kind of looks weird and wrong until it's not. Oh, this is where I'm going to love my magnetic platform, aren't I? I have embroidery scissors for my crafting. Ah, for your fussy cutting. I had some embroidery scissors as well for a while, but I prefer these ones. Whenever you're dealing with little tiny things like this though, the small scissors really help for sure. I think I should stick the solid one on it as well. Yeah. I'll do for now because it's getting it to the home straight, isn't it? Past my bedtime. Move over. And where's my circle? I'm going to do a little snip on the corner of this so I can stick it onto my frame. whenever I decide where I want my thing to go. So I think it might have some like little flags coming out here maybe. Pop some of these away. I think I need to do an alien, and then a guy, an astronaut. I wish I had another little one. Stacey says, Lesley, Piper's fussy cutting is top notch, much better than mine. She was pretty awesome, wasn't it? It was just amazing, hers. I was very impressed, if I do say so myself. Pretty epic. I just love the way she said, oh, I really want to do fussy cutting. As if it was some unattainable thing that she will never be able to do. It sounded a bit like, oh, I really just want to eat another chocolate, you know. I thought it was funny. Gonna go for some Nina. Nino, Bonina. Oopsies. And I think I want this guy. And this guy. He's one of my faves. Plus he's got a little baby. So that's a bonus. Is there a out of this world sentiment? Or did I imagine it? Let's see. Have a beautiful day, sending monster hugs. I think you're neat. Maybe the Gerda one will have something. You mean the world to me. Shine bright. Happy birthday, human. Take us to your cake. You're one of my favorite earthlings. Any thoughts on a sentiment, guys? Going for a little two-tone monster action here, with a sort of pinky tone going into yellow. because not all monsters or aliens are little green men. But this one's going to be green. At least somewhat, anyway. And I think pink. I think this is going to be a little pinky straw knot. Sometimes I can't figure out which bits is which. R00. Kind of tones that down a little bit. And some purple, I think. Ooh, this is a super bleedy one. I'm not going to play with this very much. V00000. Oh no, I'm not really liking that colour. Doesn't seem to quite go. Maybe see if I can add some blue over the top to fix it. And that purple has really bled. I might need to stamp this guy again. Think I've just about saved that. Although now I've got strange. I don't have anything to colour that in. I shall just have to colour it to yellow. It is cute. And then for his helmet, I'm going to go for cool greys. I'm only going to give it a little bit like this. And then I should have a C0 somewhere. Help blend it out a little. And a 0. Colorless blender. E00 for face. With a little YR00. The edges, I guess. Maybe underneath the hair a little bit. Just gonna blend that out. Ooh, that was close. And some darker sort of grey colours. For the hair. Craig will be wondering where I am. Normally I'm finished well before this. It's Rebecca has joined. Just joined. Haven't been able to watch one of these for ages because working late on Fridays, so I didn't miss it. We're just wrapping up. It's 20 past midnight. If you get to watch the replay, you will see that at the start of the video I made some watercolor galaxy like background, and I've been using it to make my cards tonight. And I'll show you them, what I've made so far as I'm fussy cutting with the help of viewers. First of all, I made this one. Oops. Mission Control, we have a birthday. Boingy, 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 boing. And then on the inside, have a blast. And then we made this one. You just about see the little jewels on it with some of the leftover background. And then I'm trying to finish off a shaker card, but we'll see. I think most people have gone to bed already. I'm the only one up late crafting. Especially the UK contingent. After a long week, it's like, oh, bedtime. Okay, so for this one, I used the frame that was left over from cutting out that day, and I'm turning it into a shaker card. and I'm using the My Favorite Things, what's it called? Space Explorer stamp set. And the Lawn Fawn Monster Mash. Right, we done. I'm crafting, says Lorraine. Yay! What are you making? I wanted to trim that off there. Boom. And that's going to go here, and these guys are going to go somewhere like here, I think. Oh, they look so friendly with the little smileys, don't they? And then this is going to go somewhere like that. So let's stick that down. A bit of tape. Fiona's here. Happy New Year. Off to work. No rest for the wicked. Have a fun day, my lovely, and Happy New Year for early next week. Can you believe 2018? The upside of going so late. More friends, yay! Cross-stitching the Hulk for my grandson, amazing. That sounds like that's going to be a big hit. This is going to be a bit wonky. I want that. Oops. Right, let's see. I'll never be able to position it in the exact same place ever again, probably. Like that is what we want. And then this in here. And I wanted to do some sort of like sentiments coming out of here, like maybe like little strips. But I wasn't very inspired by the sentiments. I'm over the moon for you. Mission, have a blast. You mean the world to me. You're my shining star. Doesn't really work, does it? Sending you monster hugs. I think you're neat. Have a beautiful day. I don't know. Let me see what else I've got. Maybe just a plain sentiment that's not space related. I do have a star one somewhere. Let's see. You're a star. I'm so jelly. I love you to the stars and back. I thank my lucky stars for you. Reach for the stars. Maybe reach for the stars. Happy birthday. Happy, happy birthday. Da, 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 da. I'm tired. I've got reach for the stars, and I could fill that with stars. Could that work for us? And instead of having a thing sticking out, do I want a thing sticking out? I think I might just emboss it on the background. Lesley, I enjoy your crafty streams. But one of my favourite things about your live streams is that you interact and converse with your viewers as much as possible. You're very kind. Oh, thank you. Aww. I agree with you, Stacey. It's so nice to have you interacting. Friends like you are this right. I like that, but I don't have that. Reach for the stars sounds awesome, says Megan. Okay, I might do a little thingy sticking out. And then if that doesn't work, I'll just emboss it straight on because it's getting late. Although the good news is that it must be getting into a good USA time because we've got more USA peeps joining us now, which is exciting. Yay. What time is it with you, Megan? And whereabouts in the States are you? I got very excited today. I got an invitation to a true, authentic American style baby shower. How cool is that? Unfortunately, I can't go. Ironically, because I'm going to be in America at that time. Yeah. Never mind. Would that be funny? It's completely the wrong end of America. Reach for the stars. You might just find some aliens. You might find some weirdos. But we love you. Okay, I'm going to put you on mute, guys, because it's embossing time. I'm back. Lizzie says, Lizzie, what are you doing still up? You should be in bed. You probably are in bed if I know you. Are you in bed listening to me? Your writing is amazing. Why don't you write it? Thank you. And thank you, Stacey, for agreeing. I'm not sure midnight is the time to be putting on my eggs and writing. Putting on my eggs. I can't even speak. What I'm trying to say is I think the risk is high for me to mess it up, and I'll mess it up on my last project, and I don't want to do that. Oh, pretty man's been up, has he? Reach for the stars. I think, oh no, I was going to say I need to, I'm gonna curly whirly this, I think. Like this, but I think maybe some voluminum. Oh gosh, just turning around to grab my vellum, and my vellum does not live there anymore. Where does my vellum live now? Post craft room cleanup chaos. This shall have to do. So it won't be in there, but I think something like that. Reach for the stars. Maybe, baby. Ah, yeah, let's do that. Back you go, bunny. Oh yeah, where's all my bunny fans today? Bunny Dobby, Buster Bunny. Rebecca says, I understood the egg thing, probably because it's midnight. Yeah. And Megan is in Wisconsin. Nice. And is it Breina or Brina? I always like to get people's names right. and I apologize because I have probably asked you before. Brina, thank you. I forgot to tell you, my son's school has family fun night, and I made 100 card kits and made a table for the kids. Amazing! You made 100 card kits. That's pretty epic. And Jean is 5:30 in Alberta. I guess it's a really good time because everyone's like stopping working and they maybe having a wee break before they go and get their din-dins in their bellies. That's what I think anyway. Right. I'm going to get my Misty. Greg will be in any minute to come and fetch me. He'll be like, "What are you still doing up?" I bet you any money though, he's still playing his Xbox. Poor kid. Right, I need stars. Stars. I've got white seed beads. That might do something. Where would I find stars? I definitely have stars. Stars, stars, stars. Put you on the floor. This is going to take a little bit of strategizing. So you're going about there till about there. Okay. We'll try. These ones here are from Studio Katya and they're called Silver Dust. They're little tiny seed beads. I'll put some of them in. And then I've got these, which I think are quite big. But I might be able to put like a small number of them in there. And I've got gold and silver stars, but then I also have these, which are like punch outs. Some circles, some stars. think I'm going to go for silver. I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to push these in a bit so that when I put down my foam, it shouldn't be in the way. And then we'll just hope that this is all going to work out. If it doesn't, we'll just go to bed. They are our future crafty community leaders. Got to start them young, says Stacey. Oh, that's amazing. I agree. That's why my daughter is fussy cutting at 6 and doing craft videos. Boopity boop boop. Oops. Give this a good smoosh. What did I do in my sentiment? Oh, there it is. Probably should have stuck that down underneath. We shall have to do. So we've got friends coming over for New Year's. We are probably going to play some board games, play some party games on the Xbox. Hey, Craig. Yeah, I know. Craig, I just wanted to finish this card. Also, I've not been crafting in such a long time. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I'm really hungry though. You see, I probably could have filled that twice as full. Not quite like it. And you're going to go there, and you're going to go here, and you're going to go like here or something. Or I could put him, but I think he might. Here or down there flat. I'm not sure. Whatever it is, it needs to happen fast because I am tired. There we go. Is it bedtime, Craig? It's okay, I'm used to fetching her at 1 AM. Yeah, that's true. I like this. Oh no, I didn't see your comment in enough time. It's getting too late that I can maybe pull it off. Nope, not with this stubborn set of sticky tape. I kind of want them having a wee snuggle though. And I don't want to cover my circle, so he's going up there. I love his face. He's like, oh, I didn't oh, you guys live here? Got leftover shaker things happening. I'll stick them on afterwards for fun. Little escapees. We're nearly there, guys. We're doing good. We're doing good. I'll be getting so many comments on YouTube. This video is too long. Sorry, guys. Feel free not to watch it if you don't want to. Oh no, I've just covered up like most of my shaker. Okay, so from the knobbly to the middle of his head. There we go. Might put a bit of foam behind him, because otherwise he might fall off into oblivion. Donna says she's staying overnight. Well, I'm afraid, as tempting as that may be, my batteries on my microphone will run out. And I've got a light up here, as you can probably see from the shine, that will also run out. And my batteries will run out as well. Boop. Reach for the stars, baby. I just need to put it onto a card. And then we're done. That was sticky. I don't know what was on there. Oops. I'm so glad I've got my ATG back in action. Oops. Right, guys, let's smooch all of this stuff out of the way. It's my fail-safe mechanism to make sure she doesn't craft on like what the battery's running out. It's like, Lesley, it's time, and then to flick the switch, just flick the breaker for the craft room. Need something white down here so you can see the poppity pop pop of the of all the shinies. Oh, I know, I can use this. Ba, 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 ba. Reach for the stars. Shaker. And we've got a cute little fairy house in the moonlight, even though there's no moon. Shh, don't tell anyone. And then we've got mission control. We have a birthday. There we go. 3 different styles. We've used watercolors to create the background, Copic ink for those lovely white splatters. We've got, somebody told me the name of this, the Lawn Fawn Out of This World, maybe. Space Explorer from My Favorite Things, here and here. And this is from my sweet stamp shop, pardon me. Fairy Friends going on over here. And Monster Mash. And then this one is a Lawn Fawn, which is called Lucky Stars. There we go. I think we did all right. And the craft room is only mild chaos. I'm going to darken up the eyes on these guys. And then I'm going to call it a night. So thank you very much for joining me, everybody. Even though I didn't have my YouTube event created until like 3 minutes before we went live. And I honestly didn't even think I was going to do it. So yes, please give the watercolor technique a try, and don't be scared. At the point where you're getting scared, it's just about to get good, and then whenever it like looks such a mess, splatter it, and then that is going to turn things around, I'm sure. All right, thank you so much, you guys. I love you all. Happy New Year. See you in 2018, and I hope that you will continue to come and craft with me. Bye bye. Sweet dreams. Time for bed. Look at the time.